Hello everyone, Michael Palmer back with you again for another video chat, and thank you for checking this one out. We've been, as you know, going along every couple of weeks to talk about one of my books, which I love talking about. I love writing them, but there's an old saying that writers don't like writing books, they like having written them, and that's probably true. I brought this to show you. I'll hold it up. You don't have to read it. What it is the Corey prescription. It's the manuscript, and that will be the grand prize for this adventure. This is the thing that I started sending around to try to get publishers interested in, agents actually, interested in the way that I wrote. So it's never been published in English, and it probably won't be. And this will go to the winner, and if there's multiple winners, I'll try and get it to multiple people. You can win by answering a question about each of these video blogs, and today the video blog we'll be doing is about the second opinion, and somewhere in there I'll talk about Thea, who's the main character in the second opinion, and I'll ask you to submit the answer to the question of what country with Doctors Without Borders did Thea come back to the United States from to see her injured father. And the answer is the Congo. That's where she was. So those of you who are answering questions for this contest, that's the answer. And those who want to start, you can not only do this, but you can go back. There's on my fan page, there's a summary of all of these, including the questions and I think the answers to the quiz. So they're there, and hopefully you'll all have fun with it, and everybody's going to get something. I don't know quite what yet. So let me take a few minutes and tell you about my book, The Second Opinion, which is one of my favorites. And the reason is that it's a book dealing with Asperger's syndrome, which is a subject near and dear to my heart. The heroine of this book is a woman named, a physician named Thea Spirolakis. I chose that name Spirolakis because I wanted a Greek name, and it was the name of one of my favorite professors in medical school. And I just picked the name, and the fun part is that it turns out it's not a very common name, and the whole Spirolakis family found out about the name being in the book, and I heard not only from the family, but I heard from my professor from medical school, and that was great fun. So Thea Spirolakis is the name of the main character, and she's the middle of, she's actually the youngest of four siblings of a very famous physician father. And basically she's forced to return home from the Congo when her father is almost killed by a hit-and-run driver. Is it an accident? I'm not going to tell you. But Thea comes home and brings along her Asperger's syndrome, which is a condition you can read about in the book, and in the author's note at the end of the book. It's considered to be a form of very high-functioning autism, and the main characteristic of Asperger's syndrome is a difficulty in social situations and difficulty with social pragmatics. Like people with Asperger's have a great deal of trouble having small talk with people. They tend to sometimes ramble on about a subject that is important to them. Some of the more severe Asperger people have a fixation on subjects such as train schedules or dates. And although I don't think that the character in Rain Man had Asperger's, he certainly had some elements of Asperger's syndrome. And I know the condition well. One of my kids has it. I'm not sure. You can't tell anymore. And it's really amazing to watch the progress that he's made. And the message in my book and the message in the author's note is that Asperger's can be treated, not with medication, but with repeated exercises and with improv groups. And Thea, in fact, has gone through all this stuff, and she's does very well as long as she's outside of the stress of hospital politics and subtle backstabbing that occurs in hospitals. And the theme of the book, from a medical standpoint, is about electronic medical records and the possibility that someone who really knows computers and really knows electronic medical records can do just about anything in terms of your medical history. So basically, that's where the book came from, and I was very excited to write about Asperger's. And in fact, the book has won several awards, which is terrific, including one in England. And people here have really enjoyed it. I wish it had caught on a little bit earlier in the Asperger community, but it's now starting to happen, and I get a lot of email about it. So I really think you'll enjoy the book if you haven't read it. I think that it's very informative in terms of this one condition, and I encourage you to enter the contest to win this. And to stay tuned for other of these video blogs, which will end with a couple of blogs about my newest book, A Heartbeat Away, which is done, now has a great cover, now has an advanced reading copy, and will be published in February of 2011. So I'm very excited. I've started on a new book after that one, and I'll tell you all about it later on in these blogs. So thank you very much. Have a great day.